Hi Sagis, how are you guys doing? Let's take a look at two cards from the daily guidance. This reading, by the way, is all about you claiming your own personal power, right? So we're going to explore where your personal power lies. And so if you're interested in that, watch this reading. Let's take a look at the guidance for this reading first. First card is Ask, and it came in reverse. I'm going to read the message first. Ask us to help you in this situation, and we will immediately go to work on your behalf. We're governed by many universal laws, and among them is the free will that allows you to make your own choices and decisions. So we patiently await your request. This came in reverse, and so this for me feels like you are experiencing some resistance when it comes to asking for help, to help you achieve what you really want, what makes you feel powerful, safe, secure, good in your own skin, excited, all of that, right? So there is this resistance toward asking for help. Also, this is showing me a little bit of pride, right? There's a bit of pride in that, where you're like you want to achieve what you want to achieve. You want to claim your own personal power, sort of like trying without the help of life or the universe. And no, you gotta allow yourself to receive. You gotta allow yourself to receive the help. But first and foremost, you gotta ask for it, right? We're gonna take a look at another card to see what more can we know about this. You get with it life purpose. I like this. I'm going to read the message and it's upright. The purpose of your life is to serve in a way that brings great joy to yourself and others. Don't worry about finding your purpose. Instead, focus upon serving a purpose, and then your purpose will serve you. What a beautiful message. And we see this old dude here with the sand clock, and he's like in a meditation position, reading wisdom and book and writing, right? And he looks so patient and old. We can see that with the growing beard. And also behind his head, we can see a clock indicating that he trusts the divine. He trusts divine timing. And he's like surrounded by these young angels, indicating that also no matter how much time has gone by, and even though on the outside he appears old, on the inside he still feels young, and he's tapped into these angelic energies. These two cards together, when it comes to claiming your personal power, talk about like I said, the need to allow time to unfold, right? But at the same time, during that journey, to be centered and grounded, and to be believing in yourself, while being ready to ask for help and guidance from the universe and from life whenever you feel that need to go ahead and ask for that. This also talks about if you feel that your personal power needs to be tied to a specific life purpose. This card is telling you that you don't know better than life itself, right? What you need to focus on is service. And so by serving a purpose, right? Serving others, along those lines, along that journey that's unfolding, your purpose somehow will be appearing to you. It's like you will be fulfilling your purpose without even knowing, right? Whether if you try to control everything and be so focused on a specific life purpose that's in your head, that might not be what you really want to be doing, right? You might get stuck. And so every time you feel that you're a little bit lost and you don't know where to apply or cultivate that personal power, ask for help. And it is there. It shall happen in its own divine timing. Beautiful. Okay. Now, in front of me here, I have the hidden truth, which are like message oracles. And here I have the wheel of Meet the Year, which is tarot cards interpreted as the 4 seasons. We're gonna now be picking for you all the cards for this beautiful reading that will help you understand more your personal power and how to claim it. First and foremost, we're gonna start with a card that talks about disorder. This says what is in disarray and what are the things that are running out of your control right now. What things need structure, order, and clarity. So this is a little bit of like chaos going around you, but that you have control over, right? These are things that are misaligned or not aligned or that do not fall exactly the way that you want them to fall, but where you have the power to intervene and to course correct and to adjust them, right? And put some order and clarity when it comes to that. So that should be interesting. Let's take a look at that and see what the cards have to say. It says, I left you before you could leave me, but it came in reverse. And so for me, in reverse, this talk about you being vulnerable and open, because when it's upright, it talks about someone trying to protect themselves against hurt, right? So I leave you before you could leave me. And so when it's in reverse and in this position of disorder, it talks about being vulnerable and letting your guard down. But it's in the disorder position. And I think that you sort of need to review where you can be vulnerable and where you should put some walls between you and some people put some distance, because not everyone deserves, right, your complete openness. Not everyone deserves your complete vulnerability. Not everyone deserves to see that side of you. Sometimes it is good to protect your energy. It is good to put up some walls, and it is good to distance yourself from people who don't deserve that or who don't resonate with that. So that's an area of your life where you feel you are leaking, right? This is you leaking good energy that you ought to save and direct it elsewhere. Let's take a look at the tarot of the Wheel of the Year. And so you get with that, yeah, the 10 of Pentacles upright. This talks about legacy, inheritance, values, roots, tradition, family, abundance, inheritance, right? All of those good things. But this, again, fell in the disorder area. And to clarify, the I left you before you could leave me in reverse. What this is telling me, and with the 10, is that you have got to put an end to this leak, right? Imagine you having all this flow, right, of energy and of pentacles, which indicates security, physical and material. And there is a leak somewhere, like one of the pipes, right? Imagine, burst. And all that water, or like all those coins, are like dripping from it. And so what this is telling me is that this area of your life needs a bit of structure, needs a bit of order, needs a bit of clarity. What this tells me that is on the ground, you gotta set boundaries. This is talking about setting boundaries. And especially when it comes to families, to cousins, to tribes, to co-workers, to neighbors, to, whomever you have built a sort of life with. And this is saying that some individuals might need access to your vulnerability and openness, but others need to have some very crystal clear boundaries set. Because whenever you do leak energy, you're wasting all that energy that you could have been putting into building that empire of yours, right? This is an area that really needs tending. Also, this talks about you fixing your relationship with money, fixing your relationship with abundance, fixing your relationship with security. This talks about you literally trying to analyze or psychoanalyze yourself, thanks to the help of a professional or yourself, right? All those root issues that come from your childhood or from your trauma or whatever, that are not allowing you to have a healthy relationship with money or with security or with material success. Because in order for you to reach that state of creating so much wealth in your life, that it feels healthy and flowing, and it feels that you can also share it with everyone around you, right? You gotta put some things into order. This is putting things into order. This could also be talking about you rearranging your will as well, putting your affairs in order if you want to leave some things to loved ones, as well. And all of that away from emotional manipulation. Because with this card, it's like if some people don't understand why you're doing the things you're doing, it is their problem. You decide who and to whom and how much to give to each person depending on you, right? It is up to you to decide all of that. How much they get, what do they get, and how do they get it. What else? This also talks about reviewing your saving strategy, right? So there was a leaks, and maybe these leaks were related to people that you were showing them vulnerability and they didn't deserve it, right? And so this could be talking about maybe you have been providing a little bit too much to certain people. Maybe you should allocate more of that money or time or resources towards your retirement or towards your saving or towards your building an empire or all of that. This could also be talking about maybe there was some excessive spending in certain areas. So this is talking about rearranging your priorities in order for you to secure a long, happy, steady retirement and life, right? Thinking about that piggy bank for the future. I like it. Okay. So that was the area that needed a little bit of organization and in your life. Now we're going to talk about your domain. So that means which is the domain that you have total control over and where do you have power to enact complete change, right? Because that was the area that was in disarray in order that you needed to fix and reorganize and rethink and rechannel. Now, this is going to be the area or the domain where you really have total control over and where can you enact complete change, right? This is complete free will and you have the wheels over here. And so let us look at your domain. Your domain is I want to be more than friends. I like it. So this talks about the area where you can enact so much change and you have complete power over is your romantic relationship or your significant other or your one and only business partner or someone who you have a very special relationship with, like a son, a daughter, a best friend, whomever, right? Like this is someone like very significant in your life. And so here you have complete control over to nourish that relationship, to pour more time, more resources, more money, more love into this. Now that you have fixed the leak where you were giving that amount of energy to other areas that did not deserve it, right? So this is your future. This is something that you have complete control over. It is nourishing that more than friendship relationship, right? This is a friend and a business partner, a friend and a lover, a friend and family, right? Now let us look at the tarot here, and you have with it the Eight of Cups in reverse. I love this because the Eight of Cups in reverse in this position talks about your current situation, talks about the present and being mindful before you leave all of this garden, right? Or your current state. And with this in reverse, I think this is really a domain where you have complete power to transform this relationship, right? Or this current state. So your current life with this person, with this individual, your life with your son, your life with your daughter, with your lover, with your business partner, with your family, whoever that is, right? One of these people that really is significant to you can absorb all that love that you need to give. And this is an area where you can really revive the relationship. You can really heal it, bond it. You know, if there was a misunderstanding, you can heal that and resolve that and forgive that. If there was love, you can even increase that love. If there was like stages where you are in the relationship, you can elevate even more. If there was trust, you can build on that trust. So whatever that is, this is an area where you really have complete control over. And you can enact so much change and you can really cultivate that relationship and elevate it and empower each other. How gorgeous! I like it. Now that we fixed that leak, now that we are pouring all this energy where we can, let us look at what is outside your domain, right? What is outside your power? What are the limits of that, of your power, and what you should ignore, right? These are things that are outside of your control. You don't have any control at their outcome. These are just there. And so if they are to your liking, right, it's a blessing. If they're not, you should just ignore them and leave them, because literally that would be wasted energy. So let us look at that and see what is outside your domain. You get, I lost myself for a little while in upright. I like this. Yeah. So this is talking about what is outside your domain is crying over spilled milk. This is a card of regret and reminiscing about the past and all of that. And so this is a domain that you have no control over, right? The old narrative, the past, whatever happened, even if you did feel that you lost yourself for a little while, it's something that is outside of your control, outside of your hands. And so there's nothing that you can do right now to change that narrative. It happened. It's in the past. It shaped who you really are today. So no need to continue to pour time, resources, and love into this, right? I'm gonna clarify that with the tarot card here. You have with it the Nine of Pentacles. There's a lot of pentacles here. So this is really talking about not only a partnership, like I said, a special friend, a best friend, a lover, a business partner, family, whatever, but you also have a layer of material with that person. So there's money involved. It's either you work with them or you spend on them or they spend on you or whatever that is, right? There's all this nurturing and providing energy around that person. And so with the Nine of Pentacles, and I lost myself a little while, this talks about a phase in your life, maybe that you overspent money, or maybe that you're thinking about regretting, like I overindulged, or I overshopped, or I overspent here, or I over invested in this. For me, this is like outside of your domain. So like really mulling this over is to know like there's no purpose in it, right? And also you gotta think is like you deserve it, right? Right in that moment, whatever money or time or resources or love that you have invested on yourself was justified back in the day at that moment. There is no point to regret this, or to really, even if you don't regret this, to like try to think of this mental exercise saying, what if I allocated these towards something else? Maybe I wouldn't be in the position or situation I'm here. No. That was outside of your domain. That is outside of your control. That happened, that needed to happen. And so even if you do feel that you lost yourself for a little while over there, there's no point to rehash this. Nice. Now let's see and take a look at what you need to discard. These are stuff that you gotta, throw away from your life. What things do you need to say no to, right? And what are the things that you should no longer accept in your life? I love this. Let us see. Let us look at that. So many things remind me of you. Okay. So, what you need to discard is every little trinket, every little thing that reminds you or still ties you up emotionally towards the past that you no longer want, right? Because that will be the leak of energy that will not be allowing you to reach that 10 of Pentacles stage, that beautiful retirement, that beautiful steady life, that whatever it is. And so for me, this talks about letting go of old hurts, that's for sure. Everything that that's in your present, whether it's a picture, it's an emotion, it's a feeling, it's an object, it's a memory, it's a piece of clothing, whatever that is, to discard that, to really throw that, right? This is like spring cleaning, winter cleaning, whatever it's cleaning your home, your house, your internal closet, your insides, everything, right? That's first. Also, if we're gonna take a look at that from a point of view of like what you need to say no to and what are the things that you should no longer accept in your life, it's whenever the past rears its head, right? Because with these so many things remind me of you, it's like every time this past tries to rear its head towards you, whether it's an old friend trying to reach out, that you no longer feel they have a place in your life, or an old memory, or an old situation, or a scenario that you already experienced that you feel that it's going to repeat itself. Anything of that nature, you are ready for a new cycle, and so these things do no longer belong, right? Even a rosy colored version of a past is no longer worth reminiscing over, right? So many things remind me of you. All right, okay, thank you, bye-bye now. So I'm gonna clarify that to see what this is talking about with the tarot here. You get the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, that's whom you should be saying no to, what you should no longer accept in your life. I think someone, right, had some sort of hold over you, right? This is someone who maybe in the past promised you riches. This is someone who maybe in the past used the illusion of safety and security and comfort to try to control you. This is someone who is full of shit, mainly. Like always trying to hook you with false expectations, with empty promises and all of that to try to keep you under their wing type of situation. And so this is something that you are no longer interested in, and if you are tempted, you just gotta say no, right? If whatever that energy is, it's time for you to say no, I don't want that in my life. I'm the King of Pentacles, or I'm trying to at least aim to become the King of Pentacles. So no, Queen, I don't need you no more, right? This could also be talking about someone from a Virgo energy in your past life, maybe. I don't know, something like that. So yeah. All right. These could also be failed dreams related to Capricorn energy as well, maybe. Maybe some Taurus energy as well. So yeah, right? You're no longer tempted by this queen that's trying to open one little box of riches and showing you like, ooh, if you just hang out with me, you'll have these, right? No, thank you. So yeah. Right? Also, this could be people who are trying to come at you based on stuff from the past, like, and someone trying to make a jab at you, like, ooh, I saw this and this reminded me of you, trying to, try to send you some jab under a passive aggressive type of comment or situation. Like, this is no longer touching you anymore. I like this so much. You have no time for this BS anymore. So now let's take a look at what are the things to maintain? So what are the things that you do want to keep moving forward, but they do need, maintenance, attention, and all of that? And what things need all this upkeep, right? So these are things that are positive in your life or that still didn't reach a full lesson. And so they still need or have a place in your life and that you should keep around, right? They're still serving you. So let's take a look at that. All right, it's I want to feel that way again in reverse. And yeah, so I think things that you need to keep in your life and that needs attention is that lust for the new, right? This need to try new things should still be in your life, because when this is upright, I want to feel that way again, this talks about an experience, an old experience that needs to be revisited. And so with this in reverse, this talks to me literally about the opposite. This tells me that really what needs to stay in your life, but not only stay, that needs extra attention, extra maintenance, extra upkeep, is this thirst for adventure, for new things that you never felt before. And so this is an area for your life that you still need to nurture, right? So this is not talking about revisiting, right? So this is talking about maybe embracing new hobbies, traveling to countries you've never been to, as opposed to, let's say, traveling to countries that you have been before. And so maybe it did felt good, right? Because this talks about an experience that did feel good, but this is not the time to relive something that you already lived, right? This is new friendships, new relationships, new countries, new experiences, new everything, right? New templates, new beliefs, new lifestyles, everything. So this is a time where you not only need to maintain and keep this quality, but also to nurture it. We're going to take a look at that, right? So this won't be a waste of time, right? So let's say if you want to travel to a new country, or like open up a new business, or reach out to someone new, or connect with someone new. These are time, resources, and love and energy that is not a waste of time and is not going to deter you from reaching the 10 of Pentacles, right? This is something that is conducive, and so you should spend that attention here. Let me take a look at the tarot card that clarifies this. It is the... Sorry, Sagis, there was a sudden noise, so I had to cut the video. So yeah, where were we? We were talking about what things to maintain, right? And upkeep. And we were talking about, I want to feel that way again, right? In reverse, talking about new experiences. And you get with it the Hanging Man in reverse. And so this talks about like the things that you need to maintain. Like I said, it's not only like new experiences, it's new experiences but related to old dreams, if that makes sense. Because when he's not upright, when it's not upright, he's not trying to look to a new perspective. So these are things on the old to-do list, on the old bucket list, that are still hanging on in your memory, in your mental space, in your emotional space, and that you never gave enough energy or you never got to doing. And these are new things, right? That you never conquered, you never did, you never tried. Or maybe you tried to do them, but like you failed, so you didn't experience that, right? And so this is something, an area of your life. These are dreams that you shouldn't discard. These are dreams that you should maintain, because now that the weather is different, maybe this time around, you'll be able to achieve them. So this is something that you need to really go. Don't forget all those dreams that are still on your to-do list, those things, right? So now, as the final two cards, we're going to talk about the things that you need to protect. What things bring you delight, joy, and happiness, right, currently? And what do you need to keep safe at all costs? These are things that really are like bar none. Don't touch them. Don't cross that line. Like, these are mine. These are things. These are priorities that I will never let go of right now, because they bring me lots of joy and delight, right? Like, I like that. So let's see, what are the things that you need to protect? This is saying, I am becoming a better person in reverse. And so for me, with this card in reverse, this is telling me that this whole journey of self-development and self-love and self-growth is a constant journey, right? And this also talks, when it's reverse, is like you were already a better person before. Now you're just even getting better. So this is also talking about what you need to protect is that sense of pride in all the journey that you have took so far, and to be really proud of your past and all of your accomplishments, despite what other perceives that journey of yours to be. This is really somewhere to be something to protect at all costs, is that your journey makes you really unique, makes you really you, and it's something to really protect at all costs. Like it's really something to be proud of, even if other people don't understand it. This really brings you joy, and yeah, and it brings you a lot of, good vibes. So I'm gonna clarify that with the tarot cards here to see what is it saying. You have with it the six major arcana, which is the Lovers. Yeah, this is what you need to protect at all costs. It is that choice of yours that you took in the past or that you keep on taking now. It is your utter commitment to love and to that person. You remember, like, because doesn't have to be just a lover, but you remember when we talked about that, the only thing that you need to nurture is that special friend, special family, best friend, special business partner, special lover, right? All of that. That was in the position of what was outside of your control, and that you needed to, enjoy this Eight of Cups in reverse energy, when you needed to celebrate that. And so with this card is another confirmation that this is really sacred. This choice or this person or this lifestyle or this journey of yours is really sacred, and you got to protect it at all costs. This is the only thing right now that really brings you so much joy and happiness. So you got to be fierce and protect it. And with the two doves here, this indicates also that you need to protect the peace of it, right? You want peace, and this brings you really joy and happiness. So everything that tries to disturb that peace is no longer or not welcome within this equation. It is your relationship with that person and with the universe, because here we see a third divine character that is celebrating the union of these two people. So this is talking about really protecting this sacred union, your relationship with that person and your relationship with God or with the divine, and your need for peace, right? And with that, you're going to continue to have this experience, this delight, joy, and happiness that is brought from all of that. And maybe this past journey that was I am becoming a better person in reverse, it was also your journey with this person. And so maybe a lot of people don't understand. Maybe it's an unorthodox past. Maybe you have been through stuff that people try to judge or not understand. And so you don't care about that, right? This is something that for you is sacred, and you protect it. And it's how to explain it to you, it's your version that you're protecting. A lot of times, like when people try to judge our lives or our choices, whatever, they try to narrate our story from their own perspective or vision. And so it feels like disrespectful because we have lived it and see it differently. And so to protect the piece of that and to protect all that, you're gonna say, like, even if you hear another version, you'll be like, this is your version. I don't care. My version is different, right? I love that version. This is how I see it. This is how I get to live it. And so, yeah, with this, I give you so much love. I love you.